As we tried to untangle the mortgage meltdown, we were finding example after example of loans issued to individuals who simply could not afford them. David Carbajal, a gardener in Southern California, was about to be evicted from this house because he couldn't keep up with the payments.
Every month is $5,000 only for one bank.
$5,000 just for one bank?
Yeah, right now.
And that's your entire salary. It's more.
Yeah.
A lender gave him $600,000 to buy the house with no money down.
It sounds like a lot of money, $600,000 to borrow, when your salary is $50,000 a year.
He said he doesn't know.
But his story pales in comparison to that of Dolores Parker Jackson.
You have 4 condos, 6 mortgages, including the second.
First and the second, you're correct.
Totaling $1.3 million.
That is correct.
2 of those loans were funded by a company owned at the time by NBC's parent, General Electric. Problem is, during the years she got several of her loans, court records show she was essentially broke, telling the IRS her income was in minus territory. Even so, she told lenders she was bringing home at least $15,000 a month and could easily afford the monthly payments on all 6 loans.
The monthly commitment on that is something around $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money, but that was not a problem. I had a very lucrative daycare.
Then why did she tell the IRS she was losing money?
This is actually your 2006 tax return. It shows a negative income of $6,813.
Was this my income?
This was the income for the year 2006, negative $6,813, which means you lost money.
She also has a history of filing for bankruptcy.
My husband filed bankruptcy, and so did I, in 1997, somewhere around in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was also evicted from this house for non-payment of rent. So how did she get all those loans? In trying to understand how the mortgage meltdown happened, we already knew some mortgage salesmen were willing to look the other way. But lenders are supposed to have underwriters, people whose job it is to review and approve the loan applications.
Where were the checks and balances?
They weren't really there. It was more about money.
Eileen Loiacono was an underwriter for People's Choice, one of the lenders that gave Dolores Parker Jackson her loans. People's Choice said it had stricter lending standards than most subprime lenders. Still, Loiacono says that wasn't enough. She says that for administrative and basic personnel matters, underwriters there reported to sales managers. And as a result, she says, she felt pressure to approve questionable loans even when there were clear signs of fraud.
Falsified W-2s, tax returns, bank statements.
How do you even falsify that stuff?
X-Acto knives.
So cut and paste.
They would use someone else's tax returns, and then they put someone else's name in them.
And you saw this?
Oh, yeah.
She says she challenged about a third of all loan applications she reviewed at People's Choice, but was overruled by executives the vast majority of the time. And she says in a few instances, salespeople even offered underwriters like her unusual incentives to sign off on loans.
Boob jobs, cars, vacations, cash, jewelry.
Did you get any incentives?
I refused anything that was offered.
A spokesman for the company's former CEO says incentives to underwriters were strictly contrary to company standards. But Loiacono insists offers were made, and if incentives didn't work, there were other tactics.
There were threats and intimidation.
What kind of threats are we talking about?
Your tires would be flat.
Your tires would be flat?
Yeah.
It sounds like it was being operated like a loan shark agency.
It was. It was.
What could prompt such extreme behavior, and why, unlike bankers of old, weren't lenders worried that these loans might never get paid back? Because for the most part, they didn't have to worry. Some other financial wizards thought they had it all figured out.